Welcome to our family room and kitchen. This room used to be really dark with a red-brown paint. We changed it to a light green. Really brightens it up a lot, and we're really happy with it. So I'm going to take you to my least favorite corner in the family room, and that's this game. I wanted to put a 3-part partition or 4-part partition there, but we were thinking it might block the light too much. I might still try it, but for now it's just in the corner. And we have used several pieces of furniture that we had before and increased the purpose for them. So this TV console now has our photo albums, digital photo albums, books. Over here I have put some DIY books and some nature identification books, as well as recipes. I consolidated most of my recipes into this small binder. It's actually a half-size binder. And then down here, since our candles are up here, I've got more candle supplies. And in this box, I have some seeds for planting flowers. Continuing on, our robot vacuum, which I love. And then back here is our charging station hidden behind the TV. We can charge our phones, our tiny little vacuum cleaner. There is our Wi-Fi. And then on the wall here, I have put more cords and charging stuff, adapters, things like that. In this corner, continuing on, I've used another one of these decorative boxes and hidden some exercise equipment in here. We don't have an exercise room, and since this is our biggest space here, we tend to exercise right here. We have vegetables from our garden, tomatoes that are ripening, potatoes from the store. So that's kind of an extension of our kitchen right there. I'm able to have recipe books and vegetables there because our kitchen is right here. It's a very small kitchen. We joke that we can fit 1, maybe 2 butts in it. I love this garbage can, by the way. We can use the pedal to open both sides. We have a garbage and a recycle. Fills up fast. And then over here, I love having this large sink. And I decided to have a contraption that spans across the sink. I had this in my old large sink and it worked really well. I can keep my handled cleaning gadgets back here and they stand up and dry. And anything else I need for washing dishes. Do have a dishwasher here. I like having a clean and dirty sign, but the whole family doesn't always use it. We're learning. And then I have purposely bought a black dish drainer for the things that can't go in the dishwasher because it kind of blends in with the counter more. It doesn't stick out. Over here, we put up a couple shelves to not only expand our space from our cupboard since we don't have a lot, but also to have sort of a decorative look to this wall. It needed something. You'll notice the lights up here. These used to be canned lights, and we were able to take those out and purchase these lights that just screw right into that canned opening. So that was pretty nifty. And then here you'll see, comparing to the pictures I'll put up here from before, we have stainless steel now as our metal instead of oil rubbed bronze. Changed all of the cabinet hardware as well as the faucet. Wanted to make it look a little more modern, blend in with the stainless steel appliances. Notice how small this kitchen is. This is what you'd call a galley, I guess. And it's just enough for 1, maybe 2 people to get in here, but usually just 1. And I had to use the vertical space very creatively because of the lack of storage in here. So actually, I'm really glad because these knives are very convenient. Stuck to my fridge with a magnetic bar. And the pot holders, also really convenient. And then I put my measuring cups and spoons in the cupboard up above the microwave, and I love this. I don't like having them all together on one of those rings where you have to take them apart and put them together every time. You'll notice I have 2 sets of everything because we go through them pretty quickly. But I made some labels here so everybody would know where they go. Tried to use some vertical space up in here. It's not the neatest because of that big pipe, but we've got some my husband's drink supplies and some extra ethnic spices for Indian food, some of our microwave containers, our measuring cups. I love having 2 ovens here, so I'm able to use the bottom one for a little bit of storage. This is our largest baking sheet that does not fit in any cupboards. To the left of the stove, I keep most of my large utensils that can be used in our pots. And then in the drawer, the smaller utensils. And yes, I have a ton of these half-size silicone spatulas. I love them. I use them all the time, and half of them are always dirty. So I have a lot. Down here, I have fit all of my pots and pans, and if you can do this for deep cupboards, I highly suggest installing pull-out drawers. I did need to stack my pots and pans, but it still works for us. And then I have my coffee back here because my coffee maker is right there. And then down in this lower one, I used a lid organizer here for some of the larger lids, and I was just able to rest some of these long things here. I could not stand them up with a lid organizer because I don't have that much height. I actually was able to put our microwave at a shelf for convection cooking, I think, down underneath this drawer because there is a little space underneath the drawer. And then up above here is where I keep my bigger plates and bowls, to-go coffee cups and regular coffee cups and wine glasses and casserole dishes and pie plates. Since I don't use those that often, they're up at the top. Moving over to the right side of the microwave, this is where I keep all of my cups. You'll see a lot of used iced tea containers up there. My husband makes his own tea and puts them in those containers so they're ready to go. We have a lot of our longer water bottles and to-go cups laying sideways here because they fit better. And this is stuff for making smoothies, the larger spices that don't fit in the spice drawer that I'll show you in a second, and our cups. Down below here, I love having rounders whenever possible. This is where I keep my ready things that I need for cooking. And the spices are right down here. It's not perfect, but I was able to fit all of my regular spices. Someday I may convert all to one size jar and one kind of label, but I'm not really keen on refilling things if I don't have to. So right now I'm keeping it easy. And underneath here I have more pull-out drawers that were installed, my oils and vinegars, and some alcohol, and some coffee syrups. And then down here are other items for making hot drinks like tea, matcha, hot cocoa. I've got my caffeine-free tea and my regular tea in these containers. Let's see if I can open one for you here. I wanted to stack them on top of each other, but I was just short of space, and I never called the cabinet maker back to raise this up. But as you see, I have just enough room for that stuff too, so I'm leaving it. And now let's come over to this side of the kitchen. This is our junk drawer. It's always changing, but it's everything that we need for opening packages and writing notes and clipping potato chips, etc. And then this drawer is our silverware and straw drawer. And down below here, again, more drawers installed. I love how this worked out for us. Our toaster can even be hidden. I try to keep our counters as clear as possible since this is so small. I don't want our kitchen to look cluttered. All of our bowls nest inside of each other. That works really well. And we have some of our smaller gadget appliances back here, like the mixer and the immersion blender, the nut chopper, things like that. They all fit back here. And you'll notice I do have some separate containers in order to contain the smaller items so they don't mix together too much and get hard to get to. And then down here, I've used another lid organizer. You see all the different sections. I was able to put cookie sheets, baking pans in here, and then I got one of these colanders. This actually goes over my sink. It pulls out to fit any size large sink, and then that opens up down there. Yeah, and this happens. Okay, let's straighten that out and we'll look under the sink. So I tried to keep this a lot more clear than I have in the past. We have something to hold our bags, and we have just the essentials here that I use in the kitchen, the dishwasher detergent and the counter spray. I like this door-mounted organizer for my wraps and my baggies. I like to just pull them through. I just pull them right through there. Don't even have to take them out. The foil fits in here, but the Glad wrap does not. So I have that in this drawer. And just, again, just things that I use in the kitchen. These are some extra towels. My cutting boards are down here under the sink as well. They just rest there vertically. And I think that's it for the kitchen. Oh, I forgot to show you this apron is just hanging from a nail. I could have used a 3M hook, but I just keep it there by the window because it looks pretty, goes with the plant. And I have my coffee and creamer right here for when I have guests. It just looks nice there too. So this is just to trap the fruit flies, which is the problem we have in the South this time of year. It's fall. Let's see, there's one other thing I wanted to show you, and that's this basket here. This is where we keep our lunch containers for packing any lunches for school or work or whatever. I like to have them hidden because then it keeps the kitchen looking neater. They're easy to grab above the fridge. And they hide the lunch containers really well. So, there you go. Now let's move from the kitchen into the family room. I wanted to show you a couple items that I love. This is a multi-purpose piece of furniture. It is a side table that opens up as a cabinet. Put it on wide here. And we have stored paper products and drinks down here. It's especially helpful for backstock or when we have guests and want to pull out drinks really quickly before they come and put them in the fridge. Over here, we just got this larger size ottoman. It is for storage, and this one stores a whole lot more than the last one that we had. So this whole side stores the games that we had before, but now we have storage on this side plus a bonus tabletop. So under here we have some trays that go outside when we're having a picnic on the deck and some extra throw blankets. And then this is perfect for sitting at the couch if you want to have a tray in front of you while you're eating. And back here I have hidden some more exercise equipment. We don't get it out all that often, but there's really no other place to put it. It's hidden back here and it's still accessible. I think that is it for the living room. So I will go more in depth about how I organize the pantry another time, but I do want to show you over here. This used to be a tiny little wet bar with a sink that we weren't going to be able to utilize very well, and so we decided to pull that out and add some shelving and some more pull-out drawers, and now we can fit a whole lot of things that didn't fit in our pantry. And the barn door looks really nice in our living room.